Hello, I'm Shubhranil Tyagi and I'm at my last semester at Bennett University. I did my internship from NIIT Technologies where I was part of the data analyst team. Now, you may already know what a data analyst does, but I'm still going to briefly explain it to you. Now, they get data from the client which they upload it to the server. Now, that data is huge in numbers, in hundreds and thousands of numbers. It's just rows and columns. There is no information about it. Now, that is the part of the data analyst to get information from it, from the raw data. Now, they may use tools like Tableau, Excel, Python, or maybe even Java to make predictions and to make useful information from the data. Now, this information which they get, they are going to pass it to the business analysts, which may be available in the client's organization only. Now, about my role in NIIT Technologies. I was just helping the actual data analysts. In the first 2 weeks, they trained me about the different techniques which are used in data analysis, the different algorithms, the meaning behind them, the mathematics behind them, what tools we are going to use in data analysis. Tools such as Tableau, Excel, Python, and SQL Server. In this video, I am going to explain you the dummy project which the NIIT Technologies provided me for my practice. Now, let's start, shall we? This is the dummy project provided to me by NIIT Technologies. Now, these are the libraries which have been imported: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, and Matplotlib. Pyplot is for charts. Panda profiling is for summary of the data. These are for making the predictions. As you can see here, I am importing the data from car sales using pd.read.csv. Pandas is for pd. Now this is for making the profile report. Now this is the car's information, the data set available to us, that it's the basically a quick summary. Now as you can see, there are some missing data points from 4 year resale value and fuel efficiency and fuel capacity. We are going to fix them. These are some functions which I made to further help us to understand the data available to us. This is for continuous type of data, this is for categorical type of data. Now this function is to get them to fill the missing values. This is for categorical, and this is for continuous, and this is for categorical. Continuous is filled with mean value, whereas categorical is fixed with mode of that column. Now this is another function to create dummies, which I am going to explain further in the video. Now we divided the data into two data sets, one for continuous. Continuous is of int 64 and float 64 type, whereas categorical is for object type. Now this is the function which I have shown you. This is for the continuous type of data. As you can see, there are some outliers available to us. Here you can see them. Now, and this for categorical information. As you can see, there are no missing values, so the function will not be of any help. Now I'm fixing the outliers using the quantile method. I'm fixing the max value from the quantile percentage of 0.99 and filling the minimum with 0.01. Now that will be fixed, and here I am imputing the missing data with the mean in the continuous and with mode in categorical, but as there is no missing values in categorical, this will be of no use. Now as you can see, the missing values are fixed, and in the categorical the missing values again were not available only. Now here, as you can see, I am again making an data set in which there are two columns I have taken out called manufacturer and vehicle type, and in on these column I'm going to use the dummy function, and I'm going to convert these categorical data into continuous data using the dummy functions, which is create dummies. that function, as you can see here, is using the method of python only pd.getDummies, and you can see continuous data instead of categorical data. And again, I'm using that data which I got from the dummies function and concatenating it with the continuous data only. So there are now many more columns than there were previously. Now I'm taking all the columns and printing them, and to fit it in the model equation I have to first, as you can see, concat them with the plus sign, and this is how I am doing this. And then I'm going to use the test and train split function available to us from python only, and dividing the data into ratio of 7:3. Test is of 30% and training is of 70%. Now I'm going to use this string which has this equation in it, string variable which has this equation in it, and fit it into the stats model formula.api.ols, which is a linear regression technique, and making the model. As you can see, adjusted r square is a little bit more, 531 0.531, and we will see, and this may be because there are some variables which are dependent on each other. Now that's why maybe the adjusted r square is value is bigger, so it will not predict better values for our result. And as we are predicting the sales of cars in thousands, these are the values which we are getting on when we apply the model, which is linear regression, as you can see here, and we are using it on the testing data, and this is the values we are getting. Now we are the training data which we predicted were these are the values which we predicted on the training data, and these are the values which we predicted for testing data. Now as you can see here, we are getting the absolute mean error, and this is the error which we are getting for the training data, and this is the error which we are getting for testing data. As we saw, the adjusted r square value was for 0.531 in this, and now we are removing some of the variables which we found are dependent on each other, and now those variables are removed from the equation, and as you can see, now we are getting a much better adjusted r square 0.484, which will result in much better prediction. As you can see, now this prediction is much better than the previous one. So this was the demo project which I had, and this was just for practice.